A lot of time we are believing what we believe unintentionally, but are these beliefs really serving you? Just because people or society make you believe something doesn't mean it's true. You get to choose what you believe in your life at the end of the day, so why not pick something uplifting? That's what I wrote in my description for Instagram video or YouTube Shorts video. And I wanted to talk about that. We get to choose what you believe, what we believe in our lives at the end of the day, and what we are believing, what we believe unintentionally about. Are these beliefs really serving you? Is it interesting, isn't it? In that video, I was talking about like we are beautiful, if you believe that you are like, ugly, then that will become your truth, but also you can believe in you are beautiful. So if you believe that, that can be also, that will be also your truth. So which you want to believe in, kind of like that topic. But also I was like, oh, that is actually, everything is like that, you can choose what you believe in your lifetime. But most of the time, we are believing what we believe unintentionally. And it's sometimes, most of the time, it's negative, right? In my case, I was believing that I was ugly, or I am unworthy, I am incapable, I am, you know, I am the reason why there's so many bad things that are going on in the world. That's what I used to believe. That shows how much I hated myself before. Or, when you tackle something new, then you will feel like, this is impossible, or, I can't do this, these sort of like beliefs, so-called limiting beliefs we have naturally, or we developed it as we grow up. And a lot of times it's like stopping us from like getting successful, or getting where we want to be at, or what we want to get. So I think questioning these, like, think about these things again, think about these, first of all, like spot, or realize that you have that sort of like limiting beliefs, and evaluate or examine if it's serving you or not. I thought it's really important. Sometimes limiting beliefs built up by our experiences, but also sometimes society put us in a cage of these limiting beliefs. Did that make sense? Like, they want us to work really, really hard, for example. That's also what I talked about in the video. Or, so many things society force us to believe that it's true. But in reality, it's kind of like, working in negative way for us. Does that make sense? So I thought there's so many of it. So now is the time to, go through, like look through these stuff and reevaluate, or, think about it again. I think this is random. I don't think this is related to this topic, but I just wanted to, yeah, it's kind of related, but I wanted to talk about also other another topic. An hour ago, I was like watching video about like what happiness is. What is happiness exactly, I think, since it's 2025 and diversity and all that, so, happiness could be so many variety of like happiness, shape of happiness. I don't know how to say it, but I just wanted to say that I know a lot of you guys can, take whatever you want to take from my video, and whatever resonates with. But it doesn't have to take something you don't feel, or you don't think it's true. Even if, like, not just me, like, so many successful people saying, just because these people or the speaker is some sort of video, speaker of some sort of video, is successful, that doesn't mean everything he says or she says it's true. It's not. You know, we have our own perspective and a perception of that. And I just wanted to tell you that use your discernment. So, you know, happiness is my idea of happiness, and your idea of happiness is very different. So, and like, you know, what I want to talk about, I have no idea. It's just, it doesn't have to be one thing. It doesn't have to be one specific or several specific things to define your happiness. Like, you know, there can be so many various, you know, so many different happiness, shape of happiness, idea of happiness can exist at the same time. Even though this is maybe random, but even though when we, so hypothetically, you and I experienced like exact same thing, like same experience, like exact same painful situation or painful experience, even if we had the exact same painful situation or painful experience, but what we learned from it, or how we like, you know, interpret or translate these things, the way we interpret or translate or interpret these things is, you know, very different for each person, and me and you. So what maybe what I'm trying to say here is, I think, like, it doesn't have to be something it already exists. Like, if you cannot find your happiness in this world, or there's, how can I say, like, you can create or you can make new idea or new shape of happiness by yourself. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be something it's already there, you know. You can create something new. You can create new idea of happiness, or your idea of happiness, you know. It doesn't have to be like, you know, same as someone else's. We're different. And I don't know why I'm talking about this, but maybe somebody needs to hear this. I hope so. So yeah, you know, you have your own compass in you, your heart, your soul. So even if, like, you know, people around you or society is making you to believe some sort of things, or whatever the case is, if that thing doesn't resonate with you, or your like purpose, your values, or whatever it is, you don't have to fit into that, or you don't have to force yourself to believe that is true. And at the end of the day, what you feel, what you think, what you want is important in your life. And maybe to learn some sort of things, or it's also important to listen to others' voices, and, like, you know, to learn some sort of things, or have clarity, or have realizations, some sort of realization. But it doesn't have to be, at the end of the day, you're the decider of your life. You're the decider in your life. So at the end of the day, your values, your core, your soul, your perspective, your perception matters in your life. So choose you. Choose what you feel good for you. Choose what you feel motivated, or what you feel energized, or, you know, these like that, like, ignite you something positive within you, because it's 2025. It's your choice, and there's so many choices, there's so many, you know, diversity, you know, in literally everything. So I don't know what I'm talking about, so I will finish up this video. But thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have wonderful, mystical, magical, awesome day, night, morning, lunchtime, bedtime, before bed, or whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you soon.